You ever watch a trailer that doesn't just tease you? It straight up wrecks you. That was me when I hit play on the Sullivan's Crossing Season 4 trailer. And trust me, this isn't just another season drop. This is the kind of preview that rips the rug right out from under you, makes you question every character you thought you knew, and leaves you wondering if anyone in Timberlake is actually going to survive the fallout. Because here's the truth no one wants to admit. Sullivan's Crossing Season 4 is not just a continuation, it's a betrayal. Think about it. Season 3 ended with one of the most savage twists this show has ever pulled. Liam strolling back into the picture, not as Maggie's ex, not as some footnote in her past, but as her actual husband. That reveal alone turned the entire foundation of Maggie and Cal's romance into quicksand. And now Season 4. Oh, it's not letting Maggie off the hook. It's going to make her bleed for that secret. The trailer opens, and instantly, you can feel it. That suffocating tension radiating between Maggie, Cal, and Liam. Maggie looks trapped. Cal looks like a man watching his future go up in flames. And Liam, he's standing there like he never left, as if reclaiming Maggie is his birthright. And let's be real here. How do you even root for Maggie and Cal anymore? Legally, technically, painfully, she's still tied to Liam. It's not just awkward, it's devastating. But that's where Season 4 gets dangerous. Because this isn't just a love triangle, it's an emotional war zone. Cal sacrificed everything to be with Maggie. He believed in her, in them, in a future that looked like redemption. And now he's staring down the possibility that it was all a lie. His heartbreak in the trailer isn't just sadness. It's betrayal carved into his face. And if you've ever been betrayed by someone you love, you know exactly what that look means. And Liam, he's not walking in as some side character nuisance. No, this man came to Timberlake with the confidence of someone who knows the law, the vows, and the past are on his side. That's what makes him dangerous. He isn't a villain twirling a mustache. He's a ghost of Maggie's past that refuses to stay buried. And ghosts, they don't leave until they've finished haunting you. Here's what hit me hardest watching that trailer: Maggie isn't lying. Her shock in the Season 3 finale was real. She didn't plan this. She didn't scheme. She's not some mastermind trying to keep two men hooked on her. No, she's just as blindsided as we were. And now, she's cornered. Every choice she makes in Season 4 is going to crush someone she loves. And that's why this season already feels heavier than any before. Because for once, the stakes aren't just about careers or town politics or family grudges. They're about whether love itself can survive when the truth cuts deeper than the lie. But let me ask you, because this is where it gets messy. If you were Cal, could you forgive her? Could you stand by a woman who, through no fault of her own, still belongs to someone else in the eyes of the law? And if you were Maggie, how do you even begin to explain to the man you love that the life you promised him might not be yours to give? That's the cruel brilliance of this setup. It's not just Maggie's problem, it's Timberlake's. Because as we all know, nothing in this town ever stays contained. Already, the ripple effects are spilling out in the trailer. We see Edna, fragile, recovering, but still fighting to be the voice of reason. We see Frank, carrying more weight than anyone realizes, trying to hold up Edna and Maggie at the same time, and you can see in his eyes that it's breaking him. And then Sully. Oh, Sully. The man is across the ocean in Ireland, trying to chase peace with Helen, and yet his absence feels like a wound back home. That's what scares me most about this season. The Crossing has always been about connection. People leaning on each other when life gets unbearable. But what happens when one of the pillars is gone, when Sully isn't there to steady the storm? The answer? You don't want to know. Because this storm isn't coming, it's already here. And that's exactly why you need to stay with me through this breakdown. Because trust me, what the trailer didn't show us is even darker. Forbidden knowledge, secrets tucked under the surface, betrayals waiting to detonate. And before we go further, if you love diving into the messy, twisted, shocking truths of shows like Sullivan's Crossing, you need to hit subscribe right now. I don't want you missing when we uncover the secrets this trailer was too afraid to show you. Now, back to Maggie. The most brutal thing about this triangle is that it isn't black and white. Liam isn't some cartoonish villain. No, he looks like a man who truly believes Maggie belongs with him. That sincerity makes him dangerous. And Cal doesn't need dialogue to wreck us. Every slumped shoulder, every pained glance away, it screams a man who's wondering if he was ever enough. And that, my friends, is the wound that doesn't heal. And Maggie, oh Maggie. Her face in this trailer is the face of someone who wants to hold on to the life she's built. the love she's fought for, but can't erase the past that clawed its way back. And that's the tragic truth. No matter what she chooses, somebody's heart is going to shatter. And let's not pretend Timberlake is going to let her suffer in private. This is a small town. Every whispered rumor, every sideways glance, every awkward run-in, it's magnified. The trailer teases it too. Townsfolk watching, sensing the tension. Maggie isn't just choosing for herself, she's choosing in front of an audience. And that raises the stakes to a level I don't think this series has ever dared before. And the silence. Oh, the silence in that trailer. It's louder than the dialogue. Cal's silence as he looks at her with betrayal. Liam's silence as he stands tall, convinced of his place. Maggie's silence as her desperation leaks through her eyes. That silence is suffocating. And it's telling us this isn't just drama. This is devastation waiting to happen. So here's the problem that keeps looping in my head, and probably yours too. Who is Maggie without Cal? Who is she without Liam? And scarier still, who will she become when forced to choose? Because that's the real twist waiting for us. Not who ends up together, but who gets destroyed in the process. Tell me. Something, why does it feel like every time Sullivan's Crossing gives us hope, it yanks it away with twice the pain? Because this new trailer for Season 4 doesn't just tease drama. It whispers betrayal, it screams heartbreak, and it hides secrets none of us are ready for. I've watched this teaser 5 times in a row, and every single time I catch a new clue, a hidden detail, a forbidden truth buried in plain sight. And trust me, if you thought Season 3 left your jaw on the floor, Season 4 is about to shatter it into dust. So let me ask you, when you saw Maggie in that wedding dress, who did you really think she was marrying? Was it Cal? Was it Liam? Or was it someone else entirely? A twist so wild it makes no sense until you rewind the trailer 3 times over. Because here's the shocking part. This trailer might have spoiled Maggie's happily ever after, and at the exact same time, destroyed it. And I'll be honest with you, I can't stop thinking about it. Here's the painful truth. Maggie finally found a home in Timberlake. She built roots, she found family, and she carved a new life out of her broken past. But just as she begins to feel safe, the trailer reveals the one thing that could undo it all. Her heart doesn't belong to just one man. She's caught between Cal, steady, patient, the one who helped her rebuild, and Liam, her old flame, the ghost from her past, who suddenly reappears when everything seems perfect. And here's the forbidden knowledge no one wants to admit. Maggie might not survive choosing between them. Because whichever path she takes, she's destined to lose something. If she stays with Cal, her past will haunt her. If she runs back to Liam, her present collapses. And if she hesitates for too long, she could lose both. Now tell me, how do you survive when your future is already broken before it even begins? And that's not even the worst part. Did you catch the look on Cal's face when Maggie pulls away from him in the trailer? That wasn't just confusion. That was heartbreak. That was betrayal. That was a man realizing the woman he trusted with his entire soul might be slipping away. And Liam, the way he shows up like a storm, you can tell he didn't come back to play nice. He came back to claim Maggie, no matter the cost. It's almost cruel, isn't it? Sullivan's Crossing was supposed to be about healing, about second chances. But this trailer promises war. And not just any war, a war of love, loyalty, and survival. But wait, did you notice who wasn't there? Sully, the heart of Timberlake, the man who gave everyone shelter, who turned Sullivan's Crossing into more than just a place. It became a lifeline. And now, he's gone. The trailer hints he's in Ireland, far away from the people who need him most, which makes me ask, did Sully abandon them? Or was he forced away by something darker, something we're not meant to know yet? Because without Sully, Timberlake isn't just fragile, it's doomed. And deep down, I think the writers know exactly what they're doing. They're tearing out the spine of this town right when it needs strength the most. And let's be honest, if you're already hooked by these twists, you're going to want to stay with me for every shocking detail, every hidden clue, and every theory that Season 4 is hiding. Because this is only the beginning. So do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button right now, because trust me, you don't want to miss the forbidden truths I'm about to reveal. Here's something you didn't catch. The trailer isn't just about Maggie's wedding. It's about timing. Think about it. Why would they show us a wedding this early, in the first trailer? That's not a promise, it's a trap. Because if there's one thing I've learned about Sullivan's Crossing, it's that weddings don't signal happy endings. They signal heartbreak. And here's the secret nobody wants to face. What if that wedding we're seeing It isn't even real. What if it's a dream sequence, a nightmare, or worse, a bait and switch? That would mean Maggie's marriage isn't a celebration. It's a warning. A warning that love in Timberlake doesn't survive. And suddenly, everything we thought we knew about this trailer becomes a lie. But what do you think? Be honest. When you saw Maggie in that dress, did your heart scream Cal or Liam? Or did you secretly hope for something even crazier? Like a brand new character stepping into the spotlight? Drop your answer in the comments, because I need to know if I'm the only one who feels like this trailer is gaslighting us into believing a happy ending is even possible. Because here's the truth. This trailer isn't about weddings. It's about war. Timberlake is breaking apart. Families are strained. Sully's absence has left a hole no one can fill. And Maggie, poor Maggie, is being pulled in two directions at once, while the world she loves burns down around her. And trust me, this is only page 1 of the nightmare Sullivan's Crossing is building. And that's just the opening act. EPHBREWN page 3 final script, 15,000 characters, and now, my friends, we reach the part of the Sullivan's Crossing Season 4 trailer that nobody is talking about, but everyone felt. The shadow that hangs over the smiles. The silence between the lines. The detail you caught for a second but brushed aside, because it was too uncomfortable to admit. What if I told you that the trailer's brightest moments are disguises for its darkest truth? You saw Maggie laughing. You saw Cal by her side. You saw the crossing, warm and inviting, like always. But didn't it feel too perfect? Doesn't every laugh in this trailer feel like it's hiding a cry? Doesn't every smile feel like it's framed against something just waiting to break? Think about it. When has Sullivan's Crossing ever given us joy without pain right behind it? Exactly. Never. Here's where the secret lies. In one blink and you miss shot, Edna clutches a chair like her knees won't hold. Frank glances at her, worried, but quickly masks it with a smile. Why hide concern if not to protect someone from a truth? And why include that tiny shot in a trailer unless it matters? The editors wanted you to feel safe. They wanted you distracted by the cozy setting. But those of us who watch closely, we see the crack in the glass. And cracks always spread. Now let's talk about Sully. Did you notice who wasn't there? Exactly. The man who has anchored the story since the beginning. He's absent. A ghost. A whisper. Which makes me wonder, are we heading into a season where Sullivan's Crossing loses the very Sullivan who built it? Imagine the irony. The place thrives, the people heal, but the man who gave it life fades into the background. That's not just dramatic. That's cruel storytelling. And you know they love to twist the knife. Here's my forbidden knowledge theory. The trailer is conditioning us to expect love triangles and emotional reunions. But what it's really setting up is loss. Not the kind of loss you cry about for an episode and move on. No, the kind that reshapes every character forever. The crossing is no longer just a home. It's a sanctuary built on borrowed time. And deep down, the writers are warning us. Someone we love won't be standing when the credits roll. Now I need you with me on this one. Let's pull it out. Who do you think the trailer is secretly marking for heartbreak? Is it Sully, carrying the burden too long? Is it Edna, whose smile is just a shield? Or is it someone younger, someone the crossing can't afford to lose? Because that would break not just the characters, but us, the viewers. Drop your vote in the comments. And if I'm wrong, you get bragging rights forever. But if I'm right, then you and I will be the ones who saw it coming before anyone else dared to believe it. And let's not ignore the strange loop in the trailer. Did you notice how it starts and ends the same way? Maggie staring at the horizon, Cal close but silent. That's not just a stylistic choice. That's a warning. Circles mean repetition. They mean patterns. They mean history repeating itself. So ask yourself, what history are we about to relive? What pain is about to come back around, bigger, sharper, deadlier than before? Here's a hypothetical for you. What if Sullivan's Crossing isn't just a town, but a trap? What if the peace it offers is only possible because everyone is forced to pay for it in blood, in loss, in heartbreak? Sounds dark, right? But think about it. Haven't we already seen that every time someone heals here, someone else gets broken? Healing has a price. And this season, that price might finally be too high. Let me loop back to something I said earlier. Remember the laugh that hides the cry. Well, what if Maggie's laugh in the trailer isn't happiness at all, but denial? What if Cal's quiet smile isn't peace but guilt? Suddenly the love story looks less like a fairy tale and more like a ticking bomb. And the question becomes who gets hit when it finally explodes. I know some of you are already typing in the comments. Jack, you're overthinking it. It's just a family drama, relax. But hey, that's why you're here, right? To go deeper than the surface. To catch what the casual viewers miss. And let me be real. Every time I thought I was overthinking this show, it came back in the finale to slap me across the face and say, you should have seen it coming. So yeah, maybe I'm wrong. But if I'm not, then this trailer just showed us the season's biggest death without even blinking. So let's wrap this with the one secret nobody dares to say out loud. Sullivan's Crossing isn't about healing anymore. It's about survival. Emotional survival. Physical survival. Legacy survival. And if you think I'm exaggerating, just wait until episode 1 drops. You'll be rewinding this breakdown to catch all the clues you ignored. Now here's where I need you, not just as a viewer, but as part of this mystery. Tell me in the comments, who do you think we lose this season? Who's hiding the darkest secret? And most importantly, if the crossing survives, what version of it do we get back? Because peace always comes at a price, and this time, I'm not sure anyone is ready to pay it. And hey, if you've stuck with me through this entire breakdown, you already know what's next. Subscribe to Epic Breakdown right now, because this isn't the end of the story. This is the beginning of the spiral. Next week, I'm dropping the theory that connects Sullivan's Crossing to a hidden timeline of betrayals that no one, not even the cast, saw coming. You don't want to miss it. Until then, remember the trailer showed us smiles. I'm showing you the shadows. And in Sullivan's Crossing, the shadows always win.